Okay, here we are, quarter two, week 8, day 3. All right, so it says find the quotient. Well, we really like these. They do quite a few of these. We're doing division of fractions. If it was multiplication, it'd be simple. We wouldn't have to do anything other than just multiply straight across. But they keep giving us these because they want us to get into the habit of changing it up and solving it. So we have 5 over 7, which stays as 5 over 7. We're going to change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and we're going to do the multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal of 3 over 4, which is 4 over 3. All right, at this point, we can see if we can cross-reduce. Well, we can't really cross-reduce 4 and 7. There's nothing that goes into those. Same thing with 5 and 3. There's nothing we can do with that one. So we're kind of stuck with what we have. 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 3 is 21. So the answer is 20 over 21. Can't simplify it. That's as good as we can get. It's not an improper fraction. That's all we have to do for that one. So let's go on to the next one. Find the sum, which means we're going to take these numbers and add them up. What do we notice about these numbers? They have decimals, and we know if they have decimals, we have to line them up. So we have 543.09, and we're going to add 18.208. All right, we'll put the addition sign here. All right, 8 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 0 is 9. 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 more is 6. And then we have a 5 here. And we'll bring down the decimal. There's our answer, 561.298. We found the sum. That's all there is to that one. Alfred made 20 goals in 3.5 minutes. What is Alfred's unit rate? Okay, so I'm not sure exactly if they're asking how many goals per minute. Okay, if we did that, we'd have to divide both sides by 3.5. Or how much time, how many minutes per one goal. And I would have to say it made more sense, I think, to go with goals. So to get from 20 down to 1, you're going to divide by 20. And that's there. So we have 3.5 divided by 20. And that's going to give us kind of an interesting number. So, all right, so let's go ahead and try this real quick. So we have 20. We're going to divide that into 3.5. And you know I always like to add a bunch of zeros. Don't know if I'm going to need them or not. Okay, so let's think about this. Does 20 go into 3? No, but 20 does go into 35 one time. That's 20. Well, 20 minus 35 is 15. Bring down the 0. How many times does 20 go into 150? 8 would be too many, so I think 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract that. We have 10. Bring down the next 0. How many times does 20 go into 100? Oh, we know the answer to that one. 20 goes into it 5 times. 5 times 20 is 100. Okay, so it's 0.175. Okay, so 0.175 of a minute. Okay, so one goal every 0.175 minutes. Okay, that's kind of an interesting way to look at minutes, but that would be our answer for this one. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, Emma ran 3.5 kilometers while Grace ran 380 meters. Who ran further? Okay, this is going to be kind of interesting. So Emma ran 3.5 kilometers, and 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So if you want to get to 3.5 kilometers, okay, you're going to have to multiply by 3.5. Okay, so you're going to have to do 1,000, okay, times 3.5, and that's going to give you 3,500 meters. Okay, so 3.5 kilometers is 3,500 meters, and that's how much Emma ran. Okay, and then while Grace ran 380 meters. Well, which one is more, 3,500, which is what Emma ran, or 380, which is what Grace ran? Well, clearly Emma ran further. Not just a little bit further, but a lot further. Okay, so 3,500 in comparison to 380, totally big difference there. Emma ran further. That's your answer for that one. Amanda was 48 inches. Okay, 48 inches. I know that's 4 feet, right? Because each foot is 12 inches. 12 times 4 is 48. So she's exactly 4 feet. She grew n inches. Okay, so she grew n number of inches and is now 56.5 inches tall. Write an expression that represents the number of inches Amanda grew. Okay, once again, we know that she's 56.5 now, so that would be the total height. So that's where we would put our answer, right? She was 48 inches and she grew some. She didn't multiply her height, she just grew. So we're not going to multiply, we're going to add n inches. So did we do it? It says write an expression that represents the number of inches Amanda grew. Yeah, we did. Okay, because once we find out what n is, that's how many inches she grew. 48 plus what will give you 56.5. When you have that answer, that's how much she grew. So write the expression. We did it. List 3 values that would make this inequality true. Okay, so here we go again. We have the 2n, and then we have the less than or equal to sign underneath it, 6. All right, to solve for n, okay, again, you could just kind of plug some numbers in there, but to solve for it, we have to get n by itself. Okay, so we can treat this like it's an equal sign and just get the n by itself on one side of it. So how do we get rid of the 2? Well, that's multiplication, 2 times n. So we'll divide both sides by 2. 2 goes into 2 one time, so we have n is less than or equal to, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So n is less than or equal to 3. So we can include 3, and then any other number that we have to do is less than 3. So 3 or less than, so it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 0, it could be -5. All right, so basically any number that is equal to or less than 3 can go on to that line right there. All right, while preparing for a party, Lewis blew up a total of 91 balloons. Okay, I already know what I'm going to put on the side of the equal sign. It took him 7 minutes. Okay, so 7 minutes to do the 91 balloons. Write an equation to express how many balloons blew up each minute. Okay, so again, 91, that's our total, that's our answer. 7 minutes is how long it took. Okay, and then I guess we could put a b. 7 times b. So 7 times how many balloons equals 91. And once you know what that is, okay, that's how many balloons per minute they blew up to get to 91. So there we go. We made the equation they asked for. 7b, or you could use any letter, equals 91. So 7 times some variable equals 91. There you go. All right, we're going to solve for h. And remember, all you have to do is do the opposite operation to get the variable by itself. So if you look at this, we have 12 and an h right next to each other, which means that's multiplication, right? What is the opposite of multiplication? Division, right? So we're going to divide both sides by 12. If we do that, 12 goes into 12 one time. So on this side, we're just left with one single h. Okay, and on the other side, we have 180 divided by 12, and that is 15. So h equals 15. All right, and you know that for sure because if you put in 15 for h, okay, it's going to be 12 times 15, and yes, that is 180. So we solved for h. H equals 15. Draw a number line to represent the street sign. Here's the street sign, speed limit 25. Okay, we must be in a residential area where there's a bunch of kids running around. 25 is pretty slow. Okay, so it's not going to be on an expressway or anything like that. All right, so we need to draw a number line. So I'm just going to make some intervals on here, some hashes. And then since I know that the number that we're going to be going higher or lower than is 25, I'm just going to pick a spot and make it 25. So why not right there in the middle? I'll take it. Okay, so at this point, I can actually list the other intervals. I mean, I could count by 5s up, or I could count by 1s up. It doesn't really matter. So let's just do 1s, I guess. So we'll make this 26. 27, 28, 29. Okay, and again, I could have done like 30, 35, 40, 40, but you can make it whatever intervals you want. I'm going to count backwards here. 24, 23, 22, 21. Okay, so there's those. At this point, I'm going to circle the 25. I'm not going to color it in or anything like that yet because I'm not sure if I should, but I'm going to circle it. Now, if the speed limit is 25, are you allowed to go 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, or 100 miles an hour? Are you supposed to go higher than 25, or are you supposed to go 25 or less? Well, in theory, you're supposed to go 25 or less. So I'm going to make the arrow this direction. Okay. So if you guys can see that, so the arrow is going to the left. All right. And then should we color in the circle? Well, if the speed limit is 25, are you allowed to go exactly 25 without getting pulled over? Yeah, you can. So we're going to go ahead and color it in. Okay. So to make this number line, okay, if the speed limit is 25, you're allowed to go 25 miles an hour or lower, and you won't get pulled over. I guess kind of. You can also go too slow. But for this math problem, you have to go 25 miles per hour or less. If you go higher than 25 miles per hour, you could get pulled over, right, for speeding. So to draw the double number line, we did it. Okay, we have the double number line, and we marked it. We included the 25 because you can go 25 miles an hour exactly or less. All right, there's your double number line, or your number line, not your double number line. Okay, that's it for today.